This question is for both of you. So, as you talked about, COVID has thrown a monkey wrench into everybody's plans, and camp ministries and mission trips are, of course, no exception to that. At the same time, you both have found ways to be really innovative with your context, with what you have available to you, adapting critical pieces of your ministry so that they can work in this extremely strange time. Even with the hope of a vaccine making news and headlines, it's likely that things won't look quote unquote normal for a while yet. What has been the most hopeful thing that you've experienced as you've made these adaptations in your ministries? What good will come of this for outdoor ministries, for mission work? What hope do you have to pass on to those who might be awfully tired of doing youth ministry in this season?
Ryan, you want to go first, or you want me to?
Go ahead, Andrew.
So my answer to that is actually not explicitly based in missions or outdoor ministry. The piece of COVID that gives me hope for the future is that it has forced some of our churches to adapt and change and do things differently, including things that people said, oh, that could never change. And so that is an incredibly good thing for our churches, to be open to change and to doing things in different ways and to reconsider the use of technology. Oftentimes there were stumbling blocks that we would come across when we wanted to do something new and different. And on the whole, I think youth group leaders are oftentimes some of the most innovative and creative people in our churches. And so I suspect there are people on this call that can relate to being stymied with some great idea because some person feels like that's a change that the church is just not ready for yet. And COVID has shown us that things can change. Our churches can continue to be successful. Our ministries can be powerful and can grow using digital tools. And so the hope that comes for me is the idea that our churches are adapting to the 21st century, perhaps kicking and screaming, but it is happening. And it's, I think, really promising for what we can do. Because if our churches don't adapt, the way that we run our institutions is becoming outdated. And so they will die.
I work with a really incredible team at Silver Lake. And so I think the big takeaway for me is, regardless of whether your faith formation team at your church is just you or you and maybe one other person, technology is reminding us no one is doing this alone. Every single church is trying to figure out the exact same things. And so instead of having 400,000 churches trying to figure out every day how to invent a brand new youth ministry program, work together. The outdoor ministry world was already a lot more connected than even most of our churches are, but it has just exploded. Like, there are too many wonderful conversations to be a part of in the outdoor ministry world because everyone wants to share what's working and what's not and wants to learn from each other. And so I think having been a local church pastor myself, it is really easy to get isolated and feel like you have to invent everything on your own because everything feels like you're out of time for it. This is the chance to step back and say, someone's already done this 7 times. What can I take from their things and just make one even better program by learning from others? So I think reaching out in new ways and learning across lines. Like, did you think of going to the mission trip experts for a regular youth group meeting, but Andrew's going to have great ideas for that setting because he can translate them to your, so like learning across lines in ways that we haven't done before as well is another big piece of it.